Chris here again with another home resistance workout. We're going to do some little bits with the bands later on. You're going to need all of the bands for this session. So we're going to have the long black one, the long red one, and also a small looped black one as well. We'll get onto those later. We're going to do a bit of a warm up. We're then going to test a couple of exercises to see how much you can do on those. And then by the end of this program, we're going to retest those exercises and hopefully you can do more reps, showing that you're a bit stronger and that you've improved through the sessions. So to begin with, the kind of little universal hinging and mobilizing warm up first. So we're going to go hands across your shoulders. We're going to start hinging everything forwards nice and slowly and then coming back up. We're going to do 5 of these, just getting into the work through here. We should have a slight bend at your knees. You should feel a little bit of a stretch through your hamstrings. 3, 4, keep pushing those hips back and hinge. Last one. 5, then we'll get into 5 nice slow steady squats. So feet are nice and set and wide, dropping your hips down, come back up, and we're doing 5 of these as well. 2, 3, keep moving nice and slowly. 4, try and work on that depth as well. 5, and then we're going to go back into the hamstrings with a squat to stand. So we're going to tuck our fingers right under toes, heels are up in the air to begin with, squatting right down. We're then going to drive our heels into the floor, straighten everything out, straight legs, drop back down, do this 5 times. Feel that hamstring stretch as well. 3, 4, try and shoot those hips high. 5, good. Back down. Okay, into some shoulders next. We're just going to do a 20-second high plank. So we're going to come down onto our hands, lock everything up nice and still and straight, and 20 seconds, ready, and go. So holding it still, keeping our balance. Hands should be right over the top of, shoulders should be right over the top of hands. Keeping your balance through there. Go for another 10 seconds. Core tucked in, body still and straight. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Come down onto hands and knees, and then some shoulder blade scapular press ups. So on hands and knees here, we're going to drop our rib cage down, pinch our shoulder blades together, and then push back out. So straight into this one as well. Down, push back out. 2, 3. Try and get as much depth and as much height as you can. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. And then into some wrists to finish. So we're going to go back of hands on floor first, and then roll up, roll down, roll up, down. 10 of these. 4, 5, getting that wrist stretch. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then last piece for the wrists, we're still going to be on hands and knees, and we're going to take one hand and rotate it right around, swap over, do the other side. You're wondering what that piece of paper was? That's my session plan. I'm not going to go and get it. Keep rolling your wrists around. So hopefully I can remember everything that we're going to do now. 7, keep rotating around, just doing 10 of these, 5 aside. 8, 9, 10, good. Bit of a shake off, everything should feel a little bit looser just within 3 minutes worth of just moving a little bit through your joints. We'll still ease into the session from here. Okay, first bit is going to be a bit of a test then. So we're going to have a look at some press ups. So we're going to use these as kind of a body weight test of your general strength and your muscle endurance. For this first, we're going to look at how many press ups you can do in one set, just straight through, work for press ups until you cannot do any more. different options depending on what level of fitness and strength you're at. So we've got our normal press ups first, everything set, bring it right down, chest to floor, squeezing everything back up. As many reps of those as you can do. If that is a struggle, we're then going to let you flop to the floor. So still under control as we go right down. We can hit the floor here. There will then be a little bit of shoulders coming first before our hips come up. Same again, do it all under control so you're not just really flopping to the floor, but that's called a flop press up on that. So you're going to do as many of those if you can, if that's your version, or if you're doing them on your knees, we're going to make sure that our hips are right forwards and down. So we're in this sort of position to come down and push back up, rather than having bum up in the air and coming down this way. To get yourself in that proper position for your knees, go straight legs first, drop your knees to the floor. That'll mean that your hips are in the right place still, and then work through those. Or you can do a combination. So if you can do a couple of full press ups, but you want to then try and test yourself to do some more work, do a couple of full press ups and then go to some flop ones later on if you need to do it with that kind of version. So we're going to do one set of as many as you can. It'll take you, might take you 10 seconds, might take you 1 minute, might take you 2 minutes. See how you get on. But work until you get to failure. So as soon as you get that point where you can't go anymore, that's where you're going to stop. Remember your number, write it down somewhere, and then we'll retest this in 8 workouts time. Okay, so no idea what I can do on these. I haven't tested press ups for a while. We'll see what we get to. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go. That'll do for me. I got to a nice round 30 on there. I am going to go and grab my session plan. If you're still working, good work, keep going on. Okay, so I moved the session plan. All right, from here, just done that press up test. Now we're going to go into another test, which is much more of your endurance. We are now going to do as many press ups as you can do in 30 seconds. So again, if you can do full press ups, do those nice and quickly. We're going to start in about 30 seconds time. That should have given you a good full minute of rest. But the aim of this is to really burn things out. If you can't do any more press ups, drop down, shake things off, get ready again. Do a few more. We're just trying to get as many reps in as we can in 30 seconds. I don't mind if you have to break that up into 2 or 3 sessions of press ups. Same applies if you're on your knees. Just keep working through them, doing as many as you can. In 30 seconds, I'll give you a shout when to stop. I'm going to do these facing the camera so I can see the clock as well. Ready to go in 3, 2, 1, and go. So things will be tired from that first test. When you get to that point where you can't do any more, you should come onto your knees, shake your arms off, and then get working again. Starting in 3, 2, get a few more in, 1. Rest there. 30 seconds done on that. Remember your number, write it down somewhere. Mine was 14 for my bit. Okay, one more test to do, and then we'll get on to the actual piece of work for the session. Kicking everything everywhere today. Okay, so onto your long black band next. We're going to do a strict bicep curl test. So again, just testing biceps. For this one, we're going to do a proper underhand grip for a bicep curl, and you're going to go feet definitely shoulder width apart. make sure you're not too narrow. So we're set through here, hands are underneath, and we're keeping it as strict as possible. So elbows are staying tucked in all the time. As soon as you get to a point where you feel like your hips are starting to work for you, that's where you're going to stop. So be really strict with it and take your time, go nice and slowly. Again, we're going to count reps, just one set of as many as you can. There's no other test after this. Working through the bicep curls. Okay, so get started now. Hands underneath, legs set, pulling up through here, bicep curls. Off we go. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this test for a while, so no idea how many we're going to get to. Just keep it going at this kind of pace. All the way up to the shoulders, all the way down to straight arms. As soon as you feel like you're having to work through your hips, that's where you're going to stop. Keeping a good grip. Starting to burn a little bit now. Keeping the control. Chin up, keep looking forwards. Good, that's it for me. Ooh. Shake it off once you've finished. If you're still going, keep working obviously. Keep getting to the end. You finished a little bit beforehand. Shake those arms off. Have a little stretch out through that. Remember that number as well. Mine was about 30. I'm going to go watch back the video, count my reps, and then I'll get my score for that. So you should have 3 scores now. So you've got your press up score, your 30-second endurance press up score, and then your bicep curl score. We're going to come back to those at the end of this resistance band program, retest it, see how we get on, and see if there's any progress. Hopefully the audio stays alright. It's just starting to tip it down here, but it should all come through okay. Okay, so we're going to get into our actual piece of work for the workout now. We're going to start with 6 different exercises, and I'm just going to move this mat because I keep tripping over it. 6 different exercises. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 or 20, depending on what sort of exercise it is, on the one exercise. Just straight through, no tricks, no circuits or anything like that. It's just a straight 6 exercises, bash, bash, bash. 3 sets on each exercise with just about 30 seconds rest between each one. So first up, we're going to do a bent over row. So you're going to need your black band and your red band. If you're feeling particularly strong, have a go with both. If you can't work it, then we can take one of the bands away. So the setup for this is just like a deadlift setup. So we're going to go stood on the middle of the bands. They're all scrunched up under our feet. We're going to grab onto each end, and then we are doing a bent over row. So from here, we're just pulling elbows and arms up through there for 10. Just show you some side on. So our hips are back, our back is straight, and it's just arms pulling up. We don't want any rounded backs, we don't want any straight legs. Sit into it, shoulders back, pull, okay? Get yourself set up. We're going to work through 3 sets of 10 at a good steady tempo. So it's kind of 1 second up, 1 second down, and we'll have a little pause at the top of each one if we can keep that control. Good grip with it. First set of 10, get ready, set, and go. 1 and up. 3, keep the height. 6. 8. 9. 10. Shake it off, drop them down. 30 seconds rest. If you feel like it was a bit easy, take your feet a bit wider. If you need to make it a bit harder, to make it harder, take your feet a bit wider. If you need to make it a bit easier, bring your feet in a slightly narrower. If it's really too tough, take the red band away and just do it with the black. My session plan's blown away again. Okay, 30 seconds. Into set number 2 again then. Control, steady tempo. Ready, set, hips back, go. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. Keep pinching those shoulder blades. 9, 10. Good. Shake it off again. Third set to do. In 30 seconds time, I'll count you in and then we'll work again. Should be feeling this one. Shoulder blades into your back. There'll be a bit of tension through your core and your lower back, and then a bit in those biceps, particularly having just done that bicep curl test. Okay, 10 seconds. Ready for your final set. Give you a shout. Standing on, get ready. Feet wide or narrow, whatever you need to do. Same again. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good control. 1 second up. Relax it back down. Don't switch everything off though, so that you get twanged back down by the band. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Shake it off, move those out of the way, and then we're going to grab a small black band for the next bit. So we're going to double up on the shoulders. So having just done those rows, we're now going to really go on a big shoulder exercise through here. It's not too complicated, not too tricky. I'm just going to work through this. So you're going to put your black band onto your wrists. So your hands are through, and then nice and loose out. We're going to come out to horizontal, and you're going to turn your thumbs out. We're then going to do a little pull apart. So thumbs are going to go out as you pull out there. 1, 2, and you're keeping it under tension. Nice and controlled. You're stretching the band as far as you can. The stronger you are, the further you'll be able to go with the band. If you're not too strong, you'll still be able to get some sort of stretch in and out. 10 of them. Think about your posture on this one. So we don't want to be let back too much or let over here. We're just up, horizontal, pulling out. Ready, set, go. Pull, control back in. Resist against the band on the way back in. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Keep those arms long. 9, 10, and relax again. 30 seconds rest. 2 more sets to do. All across the back of those shoulder blades, everything's pulling round on this one. This is a really good assistant exercise for press-ups. Everything that can work to get these shoulders back and moving and rotating better is going to help you with your press-up work. About 10 seconds. Ready again on set number 2. Think about your rib cage pulling down onto your stomach, all nice and tense and tight. Ready, set, thumbs out, go. Big stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull those shoulder blades back together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. 30 seconds rest again. 1 more set on these. Slow and steady. That 30 seconds rest is important that you have it. We're just trying to look to recharge the muscles, give them some time to get back up to their energy levels, and then work them a bit harder again, build up a bit more of that lactate. Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Really concentrate on posture and straight arms. Thumbs out. 2, 3, 4, big stretch. 7, 8, 9, and a big one for 10. Good. Shake it up again, drop that band out of the way, and then we're going to return to the 2 big long ones, red and black. Okay, for this one we're going to go back into a deadlift. So we did this in exercise session number 1. Just going to work through 3 10s again though, so we're getting our legs working a bit more now, getting our hips coming through, driving through on this. So we are long bands again, stood in the middle. If we want to go really wide with our feet, then we can do and get a nice tight band, or we can come in slightly more narrow, or if you really can't hold both bands, drop the red one out of the way again and go with the black. Shouldn't be that hard to get two bands going though. So check your feet, check your hands. We're doing 3 sets of 10 of this again. Remember about our spine, everything's set through here. Get ready, set and go. Hips come through, shoulders stay back, arms stay long on this one. 2, 3, 5. Squeeze your glutes at the top. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake it off again. Same idea. 30 seconds rest. 2 more sets. So this stuff will all feel like there's kind of a lot of rest in this, and you're maybe not doing as much work as you would do in a big circuit session, getting your heart rate up, breathing rate nice and high, and everything's going. That's fine. This is more just concentrating on the technique, making sure we've got everything switched on in the right place. The next few sessions that we're going to do, we're going to look at timing, slowing things down, speeding things up, making these exercises even harder. Okay, ready again for set number 2. Get your hands on, feet wide or narrow, drop the hips down, ready, and squeeze. Control against it on the way down, don't go too quickly. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Shake it off again. One final set to do on these. So we're still breathing hard. It's probably because I've got a lot of talking to do. But breathing rate's definitely up. You know that things are working. Blood's pumping into those muscles that are getting used. Okay. Final set, I'm going to go quite wide with my feet now just to make it even tougher. See if you can do the same. Ready in 3, 2, good grip again. 1, big squeeze up. Now we're squeezing 3, 2, 4, good. 5. If you need to re-grip at any time, then you can do. Just reset everything. 6, 8, control down. 9, 10. Good. We are done with the long bands, so you can get rid of those. And then we're going to go back to 2 more exercises with the small glutes band to finish. I'm just going to really get rid of that mat. Going to be laid down on the floor again. And then this time this band is going to go around the arch of our foot. So it should look, if you can see my soles, something like that. So it's just covering up the laces and then around the arch of the foot. We're going to do some slow leg presses. So we're going to be at 90 degrees at our hips and 90 degrees at our knees. We're going to push our lower back into the floor, going to keep control, and we're going to push one leg out in front that way. This stationary leg is the resistance. If everything moves, you're not getting the resistance. So my left leg stays really stationary and my right leg pushes against it to get that resistance. Core work on this. It's all obliques, hip flexors, those small correcting muscles around there. So we're going to do a set of 20. So we're going to go feet up, we're going to alternate them. Ready and work. If you want to feel your abs working, put your hands just into your stomach. You will feel everything switch on. 3, 4. Just keep working under control. 5, 6. Here comes that session plan up again. 7, 8, 9. Push your lower back into the floor. 10. Stationary foot is really anchored. 11, 13, 14, 15, head on the floor, 16, 20, and a good relax, shake it off. Feel it start to burn in these hip flexors in here, a little bit in your abdominals as well. And then set through this. So, same again, 30 seconds rest, 2 more sets to do. This is all about getting you to switch the brain onto feeling what your stomach and your lower abs are doing through here. 10 seconds, get yourself ready again. Feet up at 90 degrees. Up we go. Ready to work in 3, 2, 1. Go. 1. Smooth and controlled. 10. Just try and keep it nice and slow. 16. 18. 19. 20. Relax again. One more set to finish on this. As you relax, you feel that tension release. Feel what's been going on through your stomach. It's really important that we're not arching our back up through here. We shouldn't be able to get a hand in. We should be pushing that lower back down, and that's going to set everything through our rib cage, stomach, all these muscles through here. Okay. About 10 seconds again. And then a final set on this one. Okay, ready then. So, feet are up. Make sure we don't collapse down here and we're not too high up here. 90 degrees, ready, go, squeeze out. 1, 2, 5, 7, feel those abs switching up. 12, 13, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Pop that band off and then stand up. And then we've got one more exercise to do. So, last exercise is we're going to get that black band again and put it back around our feet. It's just across those arches and then laces. And then we're going to do similar to what we did with those crosswalks where you have a big band called a cross, but we're just going to have this one now. And we're going to do 2 steps. So from here, we're going to go out, together, and then go the other way. So stomp, in, stomp, in. Again with this, we are picking and placing our feet, not sliding them across the floor, keeping those knees bent, everything switched on through these hips, glutes, everything is there. Alright? So 2 steps, that'll be 1, 2, and we're going to do 10 reps in total. So sit into it, pick and stomp. 1, together, 2, okay. 2 lengths, 3, 4, 5, 6, sitting into it, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. 30-second rest. Let this helicopter go over the top and then working again. Shake it off a little bit. Pick and stomp as we work through these. Good audio quality. Alright, ready again in 3, 2, 1. Pick and stomp. 1, in, 2, 2, 3, 4. Those knees bent. 5, 6, 8, 10. Little shake off again. One more set to work on. Just let that 30 seconds rest. Everything recover. So these sort of things, hip flexors through here, glute medius and glute major. All good for your squats. Get your hips down, get more depth in your squats, more strength as you push back up. Okay, final set then. Set into it, looking forwards, stomp. 1, 2, 3. 6, 8, 9, last ones, 10, and we should feel everything start to burn a little bit through the outside of here. Good, right, that's that session done. First 2 sessions with these resistance bands has been a lot of learning. Now we're going to take all that stuff and put it into a circuit for our next session. Increase the tempo, slow the tempo down to make things harder. I'll see you on the next session. Cheers.